wish me a happy Valentine's Day when you call. That'd be nice.
Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind is my all-time favorite movie. Joel and Clementine's relationship failed, mainly because Joel wouldn't open up to Clementine. And that's what makes the way he saves Clementine from being erased from his mind so ethereal. This is Scare Me If You Can 95. This movie is scary, but not in the traditional way. If you haven't seen Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, be warned for spoilers ahead. Alright, let's get it. In an early memory that's erased, we see the exchange between Joel and Clementine. The start of the film, we know Joel has a lot of self-loathing qualities for how he sees women. These two traits of Joel combined make it difficult for him to open up to anyone, but particularly to women. And so it's much more meaningful that later in the film, when he realizes that he does not want to erase his memories of Clementine, he has to hide her in ones that he has suppressed long ago into his trauma. He gets to face and re-experience his childhood trauma with the support of a woman that he loves. Imagine falling in love with someone who heals your childhood trauma. She speaks to your inner child that deeply into your soul as an adult, and she is there to support you. And through this, Joel establishes a relationship with Clementine, his memory of Clementine, in a way that he never had the relationship with the actual Clementine. When Joel meets Clementine on the train, after they see each other on the beach, she says, "No jokes about my name, Clementine." And Joel says, "I don't know about any jokes about your name." And this is a callback to how when they first met, which we see near the end of the film, where Joel makes fun of her name in the exact two ways that Clementine tells him at the start of the film.
Like we were already lovers. I'm Joel.
Hi, Joel. So, no jokes about my name.
What do you mean, like, oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling, Clementine? Huckleberry Hound, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
No.
Like
This
that.
is to show that Clementine has been erased from Joel's mind. It shows that Joel is able to recognize her if he thinks hard enough, and that there is a piece of himself missing. That hints at another subtle theme of this film. That Joel, by meeting Clementine for the second time, when they both are going to Montauk, they're drawn there. They are aware that a part of themselves is missing, that they are longing to fill the void that they both have. When Joel and Clementine go to the frozen Charles River, after their minds have been wiped out, we see them lying next to this cracked ice. And the two other times that we see him at the river, this crack in the ice isn't shown to us. This is what the Charles River is supposed to mean. It represents a connection to one of the largest themes in this film. Their interaction of the river at the start of the film reflects the relationship perfectly. Joel is cautious, and he doesn't want to go out onto the ice, because all he sees is that it's cracked.
It's really solid this time of year.
Whoa, I don't know.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
So beautiful.
Isn't it?
Joel's fear of cracking ice represents his fear of being vulnerable with the people he loves. In fact, the reason he initially steps on the ice is because he's worried about Clementine after she falls. When we see Joel and Clementine's memory for the first time on ice, we don't see the crack at all. We also don't see the ice fracture when Clementine takes Patrick to the ice. It's only there after the memories have been erased. Then the crack is present, and so is the frozen river, broken but still young, representing Clementine and Joel's relationship. It's also symbolic of both of their weaknesses. Clementine rushes into things without worrying about what's going to happen next. Joel, on the other hand, is extra cautious and doesn't want to share anything as a result. He's afraid of the cracks. He thinks the cracks are going to reveal his weaknesses.
Don't tell me things, Joel. I'm an open book. I tell you everything. Every damn embarrassing thing.
That are going to cause the relationship to break up. This film doesn't have a happy or a sad ending. Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind has an honest ending. Now let's see how this film ends and what it says about love. In order to understand what this film is saying about Joel and Clementine's relationship, we first have to understand what it's saying about every other relationship in this movie. Robin carries alcohol constantly and uses substances in order to numb his feelings away. Rob's substance abuse is to persist in his own relationships. It's much like the brain damage that the erasure procedure causes. It's equivalent to blacking out with the boys after you drink a little too much. Stan and Mary don't have a very good connection from the beginning. They just seem to know how to party together. And it's obvious to us from the start that she has a thing for Dr. Howard. And initially, their relationship seems so much better than Clementine's and Patrick's, but it ends up being almost the exact same way. There isn't a single optimal relationship in the entire film, and the relationship that seems to be the strongest is Joel and Clementine's. Even Patrick's reading of Joel's words to Clementine's doesn't mean anything to her, because she does not long for those words. She yearns for Joel. And the film's title, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, refers to an endless joy that can be yours if you manage to have a mind free of any bad memories or sadness. But eternal sunshine would simply not work. Constant heat would ruin all the livestock in the world, and the ecosystems, they simply wouldn't be able to survive. And just like nature, human relationships need day and night. We need the seasons of love, of sadness, of difficult times, or else the relationship is unsustainable. And so in the end, Joel and Clementine, even knowing all of their flaws, even knowing the issues in their relationship, still decide to give love a shot. And that's the purest form of love. It isn't changing so that you can qualify to be somebody's partner. Love is accepting a person and all they are, all of their flaws. And if they decide to grow, that's something on them that they decide to do, not something that you force them to do. In this clip, the books are all turned around, and at the end of the film, when Clementine is about to be erased, there's a scene in the Barnes & Nobles. And now, all the books, which at the start of the film, we could see the spines of the books, now they're turned around. You can't see where any of the books are. Not only does this represent the erasure of Clementine, but it also ties into something Clementine says earlier in the movie. Earlier in the movie, there's a scene where Joel starts to hear voices of Stan and Mary outside of his mind. He gets up, and we see that the TV in his mind is showing Joel himself. And this becomes a beautiful symbol. He's a long form of therapy. Essentially, what he does is reflects on his entire relationship with Clementine and realizes that the last thing he wants to do is to forget her. It's a beautiful thing to see all of your worst moments as a couple thrown into your face and still realize that you choose that person and you want to spend the rest of your life with them. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.